friends, today we are going to discuss the characteristic symptoms of miasm psychosis. Starting with the symptoms of mind, the most characteristic symptom is hyperactivity and incoordination in mental activity. They are hyper greedy, workaholic, and express incoordination in behavior. Their thoughts are most mischievous and always suspicious and mistrustful. Cannot find the right words when they are talking or dealing with other people. They are having anxiety that other people are going to know their secrets or their mistakes. The anxiety is always aggravates during the change of weather. They are always suspicious of their surroundings and of other people. Suspicious of their own work and do not trust themselves to the extent that they must go back and repeat what they have previously done or said. In case of disease, patients themselves will examine and keep changing doctors and their own complaints. Their anger is up to level of cruelty. They have tendency to harm others and mostly to other animals. They hurt others emotionally. Most commonly, those people are having fear of making mistakes, so repeatedly checks what they have done. There is an incoordination of thoughts, and that's why they are having some forgetful and absent-mindedness. Their behavior is rude, arrogant, and suspicious. They are quarrelsome, mischievous, and selfish and self-centered. They are also behave in a cunning manner and sullen. They are mostly extrovert but in exploiting manner. They are loquacious but always talks about their own benefits. They are restless which express in their behavior, and they are having habit to repeat one work again and again. Going to the particulars, they have complaint of vertigo as if everything moving around. Vertigo aggravates from raised and closing eyes and better by motion. In complaints of head, the headache is mostly localized or extending to other parts. Heaviness of head and pain comes slowly and goes slowly. Headache aggravates in thunderstorm, damp wet weather and on rest, and ameliorates by abnormal discharges and on motion. Clinically, the tumors of brain and also seborrheic dermatitis with thick discharges. In complaint of eyes, we will find extra growth like styes, trachoma, cataract, heaviness with swollen eyes. Discharges from eyes are thick, yellowish and having odor of fish brine. All complaints of eyes are worse by rest and in damp weather and better by constant motion. In complaint of ears, clinical conditions are chronic inflammatory conditions like otitis and polyps in ears. The discharges are thick, offensive, and the person is going to form wax in ears. There is also incoordination of hearing and obstructed feeling in ears. In respiratory system, the person is going to have illusions of odors. There are extra growths in nasal cavity or outside the nasal cavity like nasal polyps, warts, bony growths, and also in respiratory system we will find the clinical diseases like asthma, emphysema. The discharges from nose are thick, lumpy and yellow. Pain are mostly obstructive and feeling of heaviness. The person are having sneezing in evening with cough of thick yellowish sputum which is difficult to raise and sometimes sticky. Respiration is rattling, suffocative and asthmatic. In gastrointestinal system, we have extra growths in mouth with sweetish taste of saliva. The digestive troubles are worse after eating rich food, pain relieved by lying on stomach, crampy or colicky pains which is better from hard pressure. The person is fond of beer, rich foods, fat, meats and highly seasoned foods. Craving for fatty food and indigestible food. Tumors in mucosa with heaviness and pain and the pain relieved by motion. Vomiting of thick cheesy matters. We will also find obstinate constipation with extra growths in gastrointestinal tract like piles, diarrhea after fatty food of grass green color, and growth or tumors or hypertrophy of organs in gastrointestinal system. Cardiovascular system, the person will feel heavy load on chest, palpitation in damp stormy weather. There is a structural problems in heart like arteriosclerosis, valvular diseases, varicosities of veins and aneurysm. The all complaint of heart aggravates in rainy season. In urinary system, we will find retention of urine and the person has to strain while urination, shooting kind of pain during and after urination, clinical conditions like recurrent cystitis, benign prostatic hypertrophy, stricture of urethra and renal calculi are very common in this miasm. The urine flow is decreased and the odor of urine is fish brine and dark yellowish color. In extremities, we will find incoordination of movements, stiffness of joints which aggravates from rest in damp wet weather and better by constant motion. Stiffness of muscles are also there. Incoordination in walking and activity, tumors or extra growths in bones, corns or callosities which are very recurrent, and pain are shifting in nature. Skin complaints, we will find sweaty and shiny skin, warty growths or eruptions with sticky discharges, boils with excessive pus, chronic dermatitis with scabs and warts. Discharges are thick, yellow and honey colored, and skin complaints aggravates on perspiration and after scratching. Sexual symptoms, menstrual flow acrid, excoriating, biting and burning. Patient will have complaint of menorrhagia or metrorrhagia. Very often pains and disease of uterus and reproductive organs if they are spasmodic, colicky and often paroxysmal. Leukorrhea thin, looks dirty green water, sometimes greenish yellow, scanty acrid, producing biting or itching and burning of parts and odor of stale of fish brine. Inflammation with secondary growth like stricture, polyps and tumors. In male, we will find frequent erections with discharges of sticky odors and also warts on genitals. Patient will have restlessness during sleep, sleeps for short time and wakes and returns to sleep, sleep in knee elbow position or on abdomen, dreams of calculating, dreams of money, of death, dreams of hiding something, and mostly they can't remember the exact dreams. Patient always feels that they have slept so much but still they have desire to sleep. Now we'll go for some symptoms of psychosis child, how the child behaves or how the evolution of child happens in psychosis miasm. So in psychotic phase, the children have a poor memory. They forgot everything very easily and they do not remember even the most common names and numbers, etc. Their memory is weak for both recent and past events, more so for recent events. Their concentration levels are low and hence they have difficulty in concentrating on one task. In the psychotic phase, the images that are stored are full of altered perception, confusion, and negativity. Suppression at physical or at mental level. Usually, one of the developmental milestones in these children is delayed, either head holding, walking, talking, teething, etc. Psychotic children are dull, lazy, sluggish, and slow to act. They slow to assimilate or receive any stimulation and also slow to respond or to react to any stimuli. Psychotic children are easily moved to negative emotional like anger, irritability, rage, hurt, jealousy, suspiciousness, etc. If somebody scolds them, they will not weep or express any emotions. Instead, they start thinking about the incidents over and over again and develop hatred towards the person who has hurt them. They will then keep making plans and schemes as to how they will take revenge. They keep brooding over such instances, which is very important feature of this miasm. Psychotic children are extremely obstinate and headstrong. They will do whatever they desire to do. Psychotic children are extremely self-centered and selfish in nature. Psychotic children are very greedy. They don't part with their things easily. They are never satisfied with what they have. They always want more of everything. A psychotic child would never ever admit his mistakes. They will always blame others for the mistakes which they commit. So these are the some basic manifestation and symptoms of a psychosis miasm. For more videos and information like this, please visit my blog or visit the site on YouTube. Thank you.